Hey, hello there. Welcome to Macomb Paranormal Investigations and Research Podcast, where real investigators have real discussions about the unexplained. Join us each week as we explore paranormal encounters, examine evidence from our live investigations, and dive into the research behind ghosts, spirits, and mysteries that exist beyond what we can see. We'll also share behind-the-scenes stories from our investigations, discuss upcoming cases, and occasionally bring in a special guest to talk about their own experiences with the paranormal. If you're fascinated by the unknown and you want more than just ghost stories, you're in the right place. This is Macomb Paranormal Investigations and Research Podcast, where a search for answers begins. That's a little introduction, and this is our first episode and our introductory episode to Macomb Paranormal Investigations and Research Podcast. And all that being said, I just want to introduce myself to you in this short introductory. I'm your weekly host, Don, and I'm the producer, the editor, and senior investigator for Macomb Paranormal Investigations and Research. I'm currently finishing up on my PhD in metaphysics and parapsychology, so I have some experience in all the paranormal theories, techniques used in the various investigations that we do, and research techniques that we use, researching the locations that we do the investigations at. Sometimes even genealogy of some of the people that existed there may have passed away and may be still lingering around. Macomb Paranormal, we got several other investigators that work with me, and I'll have them as our guests on future podcast episodes from time to time. And we'll discuss various aspects in the paranormal world and talk about what we believe spirits and ghosts, or whatever you want to call them, what they really are. I want to get into some discussions about culture, religious beliefs and such, as well as how all that pertains to the paranormal. Some topics open for discussion will be the trailers for some of our featured YouTube videos on our YouTube channel, as well as discussions of some of the live paranormal investigations we either have done or we're planning to do. Now, one such episode in the future is going to be on Mortuary Manor that we plan on investigating, and it's located in Toledo, Ohio, in early May. And that's going to be a really interesting investigation. This particular mortuary actually started up in the late 1800s and just recently had its last funeral pass through its doors this past summer, in summer of 2025. So that's going to be interesting. They not only had all those funerals there, but they've actually had, I believe, a couple of deaths that occurred inside that home, as well as 2 suicides. So, you know, there may be some spirits lingering around that might want to talk to us. I not only discuss our investigations of that location, but maybe we'll get into some other areas, such as why do we think spirits would even hang around a cemetery or a mortuary? I get asked that question all the time, and I think that later on in some of the other episodes we can give some good explanations on our beliefs and why we think that happens. We have loads of investigations planned for this year, and we're going to film them all. Then discuss our findings and some of the behind-the-scenes stuff that didn't make it into the final edit of the YouTube video. Some of the TV shows that you watch on the paranormal have crews that spend several days on site. They're doing the investigation over hours and hours and hours, and then after editing all that film footage, they may get enough paranormal activity for an hour show. Now, let's face it, spirits don't always want to stop in and say hello to us when we're doing an investigation. But who wants to watch a paranormal TV show and then not see any paranormal activity, right? So that's why, you know, there's a lot of editing that goes on those shows. Not all investigations have a lot of activities, and we'll talk about that when it comes up here at Macomb Paranormal. We won't lie or fake anything. If we get no paranormal activity on one of our investigations, so be it. We'll discuss it here, but we just won't make an actual video of it, that's all. But we'll discuss it, though. As our first episode, I wanted to introduce myself and our group to you. This is going to be a shorter podcast this week, but I wanted to get this new episode and this introductory out, and then every week I want to do a new episode. I want to keep the future episodes between maybe 40 minutes and an hour long. Next week will be a good episode. It'll be our first really long episode. I think I'll have Jake. Jake is my lead investigator, and I'll have him on. and he's going to be a normal with me. He'll be on many of our episodes, and we'll make that a video podcast maybe as well. That way you can see what we look like here, and watch and listen to us. And Jake, my partner, like I said, he'll be a regular here discussing topics with me. In being in Macomb County, Michigan, most Michigan paranormal investigators are all aware of the Michigan Dog Man. Now, this is a creature or a spirit or an entity, a skinwalker, or whatever it might be, but it's often been seen in the Manistee National Forest area, Michigan, a place where Jake once lived near, and Jake himself has had some experience with the Dog Man. So it'll be an interesting topic next week, so you won't want to miss that one. If you're unfamiliar with what the Dog Man is, I have investigated that previously, and I posted a YouTube video on that, so you might want to just do a search for Macomb Paranormal Investigation on YouTube, and then put in Macomb Paranormal Investigations and the Dog Man, and it should pop up and you should be able to find it. All the videos, the editing of these podcasts, I'll have a bit of a learning curve on producing them. It's interesting to watch some of my first video, my YouTube videos that I did. There's no other way to put it. Some of them just plain suck and are awful. Please don't hold that against me. Now having more professional cameras and such and better editing software, they're getting better with every video that I produce, so just keep watching them. I've only been making these videos for several months now, but they are getting better. These podcasts are much simpler to make. Just keep listening, and every week, we'll try to keep you guys asking questions about the paranormal, and our podcast will get better also. There's a little bit of a learning curve. Like I said, they're much easier to produce. I'll be getting all my better equipment set up in my studio for the podcast, and even the podcast will get better. Let's see, what else can we go about here in the introduction here? If you have any questions, be sure to contact me. You can get a hold of me anytime at don@macombparanormal.com, and I'll answer your questions. If you have questions about the paranormal, or you have any ideas for investigations that you'd like to see, drop us a line, an email, and we'll see if we can't get to them. And who knows, maybe we can get you on the show sometime, and even on an investigation with us. But that's about it for this introduction, I think. I wanted to make it short, so I'll wrap it up. And I want to thank you for listening to Macomb Paranormal Investigations and Research. Join us again on the next episode as we continue our journey into the unexplained. And remember, the paranormal may be closer to you than you really think. So next time when we talk about the Dog Man, happy hauntings.